Okay, those of you that are subscribers probably recognize this place. This is the former closet that has been turned into a nursery bathroom. Now, there's been a lot of progress made on it since this video was taken. I want to start this out to show some of the mechanicals behind the scenes. Now, that door there that goes into the attic, and that's where the toilet line, the sewer line, and all the water and electrical that comes up from the basement or goes down to the basement, however you want to look at it. That's where you get access to that area out in the attic space. And you'll see me go out in that area. I'm making some adjustments to the drain lines and to the actual water closet from the toilet. And there I am doing that. So in this video, we're going to take a look at some of those things and check our progress on the nursery. So we've now moved to the basement, and here you can see it's kind of a kitchenette that we built in the basement. Now, this is against a false wall. The basement has been waterproofed and has a lifetime warranty. And with those warranties, you can't drill anything into the walls. You can't break that coating that is on the walls. So these are false walls, and behind this is where the mechanicals for the area that we're working on now, the nursery, that's where these mechanicals run through. So I'm running a 3-inch sewer line or a toilet line. I'm running it down behind this kitchenette. It's also going to go behind, there's a full bathroom there. It's going to go behind that bathroom, and then it's going to make a 90, and it goes down about 10 feet, and it goes into the sewer. And the sewer is about 3 foot from the bottom of the basement floor. So here I am trying to make these connections from the attic. Here there's going to be there's a clean out here, and then it makes a 90 and goes behind the bathroom. And so that's what this picture is. This video is showing you how I made that connection and where it was. Now, the next shot that we're getting ready to get into, this is going to be the door that you saw was the access to the attic space in the nursery. That was just a temporary door. Now I'm making a nice door that would look nice painted. The other door was just to keep the cats out of the area and keep the area closed up until I could get a nice door built for it. So this is just me building that door. Okay, so we're waiting on parts and pieces to finish the bathroom. So there's other projects that go along with this project. There are other parts of this project that I need to work on. So I'm going to switch over. I'm refinishing this old chest. Just going to paint it. Trying to get just a good smooth surface on it for paint to adhere to. It's going to be pretty simple. I think it's going to be probably white. Just want to get it sanded down to get a good coat of white paint put on it. I also have another chest we're going to sand on, and we're going to figure out some colors and maybe do some painting on the little bathroom. So a little bit different today, but let's get started. Okay, a couple of pieces of advice here. This type of sanding indoors makes a huge mess. Make sure that you seal off any areas that you don't want to get absolutely covered in dust. Even though I have these things, they have filters on them supposedly to catch all of the dust. They don't really work. I've tried vacuum cleaners, um, tried all kinds of different things. You still get dust everywhere. So it's best to do it outside if you can do it in a garage or somewhere like that. When you do it in a house, make sure that you block off any area that you don't want the dust to get into. Uh, it really makes a really makes a lot of mess. The stuff gets everywhere, even behind the door there. The dust got inside that room behind the closed door. So the dust does get everywhere. Always wear a mask because you don't know what these finishes have in them. And this type of dust is not good for your lungs anyway. And you never know what the finish is on the item that you're sanding. Always wear gloves and always wear a mask. It's good to wear safety glasses, and you'll notice most of the time I have on a hat. That limits my exposure to all of that dust and whatever else is in that item that I'm sanding. So, uh, just a little bit of advice there. Okay, so we're setting up for the new shot. We're still working on the furniture. There's also a chest in here that we're going to repaint. We're just trying to make these things fit more appropriately in a nursery. So trying to change the colors to make them match the colors that we're going with. We're going to be going with the gray, and we'll add colors to the room with the accessories and just have the gray base on the walls. So most of the furniture will be white. So one thing to remember when you're prepping this stuff, you'll see that I painted one drawer just to see how it would come out. Now there are specific rollers for this. You want to use the correct type of paint. You want to talk to somebody or research that for the type of material that you're painting and the type of paint that you're using. This is a foam roller that you usually use for painting cabinets and things like that. And I went with a satin paint. Um, I'm not really concerned about the longevity of it. I just want to have a good look um, and a good smooth coat. So right now you'll see I'm using tack cloth. You want to make sure this, remember I told you this dust goes everywhere. So before you can put paint on this, after you've sanded it, you have to get it completely clean. You need to wipe it down with tack cloths. There's some cleaners that you can get to wipe down with, and you'll see that's what I did. Use that tack cloth before I started painting. Then I painted one area to make sure it was going to be what I wanted before I went on with it. and it's making a good coat. I'm really liking the way this is coming out. It's a good smooth coat. Monkey! The paint's working out good for me. It's a good coverage. Believe it or not, this wood covered pretty good. Ended up with a little bit of yellow staining, but after about the third coat, covered everything really nice. And this chest ended up being a really nice, good-looking piece of furniture. This was the first piece of furniture that I had after coming back to Louisville. My wife, at the time she was my fiance, she bought this for me as my first piece of furniture. So um, I have taken care of the furniture, made sure to tighten all the screws up on it, put everything back together. It was coming apart, but I put it all back together real good, tightened everything up, and gave it a good coat. And you'll see she's going to here later on in this shot, I believe she's going to apply some. It's a type of like a stencil. To the sides, and you can get it for whatever colors or whatever style you're trying to achieve. And it turned out really nice. And you'll see there I'm painting the door that goes to the attic space in the new bathroom. And that door turned out really nice. Bought a really nice smooth piece of wood and cut that specifically for that door and trimmed it out really nice. Got some really nice uh, hinges for it, and that also turned out really nice. Used the same roller to paint it, um, and here we go. Still working on the chest, and I think that's the second or third coat. Um, Trying to get, you'll see me trying to get those shots. There's a lot of work goes into getting all these shots for these jobs. These jobs, I not only have to do the job, but I have to remember to set up the shots and make sure that I'm aware of what's being recorded and how it's being recorded. And then I have to do all the editing. But here we are, we're going to do a little bit of painting. We wanted to get a little paint on the wall to make sure we were going to be okay with this gray. Initially, when I put it on, it seemed too dark. I just didn't think it was going to work. But as it dried, it seemed to be okay. And as the light hit it a little better, we liked it much better than the purple. And it was really starting to brighten it up. And monkey! There we go. She's applying the decal on the sides, which really turned out nice. It really added a lot to this piece of furniture. Just shows that you can really save some the life of some furniture that you think you may not want or need anymore. I'm not a really big fan of new furniture. I'm not really big on furniture anyway. And all furniture that I have, I like to be very simple. To me, this is about perfect. I think this does what it's supposed to do. It's very simple looking, and it won't really ever go out of style. And that's the way I like furniture. So things are coming along really good on this project. It has taken a lot longer than I thought. I had some things in my life that some big issues that came up. Lost a loved one, and that sidetracked me for a month on this project. It was a month before I could get back to it, and this was basically me getting back into the project. Monkey! So we're getting the gray on, really looking good. Okay, we're back on the nursery again today. Got the gray painted over the purple for the most part on this side.
I have ran a quick area of drywall over some of the show areas from before. When I finished this job the last time, several years ago, it wasn't a real good job on the finish work. I had a very short time to get it back in here and get this thing back together. So I got it about 95% ready, and then we just painted and moved in. So I'm going back now and fixing all those little spots to try to make it look as good as I can. So the goal is to get it all painted gray today. Get some more drywall work done. We are getting the furniture painted. We've got one of them completed. It turned out really nice. She put some stencils on the side. It looks really nice. There was an issue yesterday. I bought white, ultra pure white paint from Home Depot, and I got home and opened it, and it was some kind of green, and I stirred it up and it turned red, and I stirred it some more and it turned gray, and I don't know what color it is. So I couldn't paint anything white again, so I have to make a run first thing. Always happens, never fails. Got to go to the hardware store. I have to take the paint back and try to get ultra white paint again, and probably have to argue with them. They're gonna say I bought mixed paint, you know, all that stuff. So anyway, I have to make that trip, but I'm gonna paint the gray until that time because they're not open yet. So I'm gonna paint the gray, and she's gonna work on sanding the furniture, and we're gonna knock a bunch of stuff out today. So let's get started.
Monkey! Monkey!
Okay, so here we are. We're on the nursery bathroom. It's hard to get a good shot of it. It's a small space, a very small space. Let me get some more light. I do have a light that is on a separate switch. And I exposed the brick there. That's the chimney. It adds a nice element to it. Could have covered it up. There's been more work to cover it up, so
Monkey!
I might use that for a little bit different texture. So it's hard to get a good shot, but there it is. It started out as a closet. Hey, what's up, monkey? You always want to be in the videos, don't you? Okay. So anyway, it is finished. I'm double checking all the connections, making sure that there are no leaks, no electrical issues, anything like that. So I haven't closed up the back wall. So this wall here is not completely finished. It just has a sheet setting over it. We're not using this room. We did put all of the nursery things back in the room. We painted the furniture, and we've painted the room since the last time you saw it. And we have everything in here. Have it temperature sensor there that's connected to the nest. I have a few touch-ups to do on the paint, and one wall there. That's the wall that had the has the mechanicals on it.
Monkey!
That's just the drywall's just setting against that, so nobody leans against it. I'm going to finish the other side, which involves re-drywalling the whole room. This room hasn't been used for a couple of years, so we're going to start using it again. This is all going to be the nursery, both sides. So it's going to make a pretty large area for us that we can keep the babies in and have all their stuff together and be able to spend time up here, have everything that we need. I'm going to have a television on one side and rockers. That way we can watch some TV while we're rocking the babies to sleep or whatever. So all of this now has to come out and go over here. So now today I'm going to move all of this into the other side, and I'm going to re-drywall it. This is one of the only places in the house that hasn't been re-drywalled. When we moved in, we knew that this area had to be redone. This was just kind of an extra space up here. We knew that we were going to redo it, and this is why. Before we moved in, they came in and made some very quick covers just to make things presentable for us to look at before we bought. So we took it knowing that we would be replacing it. Now I replaced all this in 2013, and put insulation in it and studs and new electrical. So I did that in 2013. That was soon after we moved in. On the idea that I would be replacing the other side within a few months, but I didn't. Life happens, and I didn't get to it. So this area is kind of just set as a kind of a catch-all, store-all. So I'm going to get started on today. I'm going to move everything out, and I hope to get the drywall up within 1 week. I hope to have that side looking as good as this side within 1 week. And I hope to officially turn on everything in this room. And the toilet is on and water is going, and let's give it a shot, see what happens.
Monkey!
Yeah, I've been looking for water leaks, and I go and check the sewer line, check the sanitary line, all that, see if there's any leaks. But let's get started on this.
So if you find my videos interesting, or if you find them useful and you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing. If you hit the subscribe button right there and hit that little bell icon, you'll be notified when I come out with new content, and it'll help me out. If you find the videos useful and you would like to know when I have something new, that's a good way of doing it. I have some more videos coming out. I believe I'm going to put one together tomorrow, so there'll be another one coming out tomorrow. If you want to follow along with what's going on in my life and see how I do things. So remember, it may not be the way they do it, but that's the way I do it. We'll see you next time.